Dwayne Bravo recently had an interview where he said that he is single, but he's dating. And that you just have to make up your mind because he's dating, he's not in a relationship. And people are losing their minds. And I just want to know, when did the art of dating die? Because to me, that is what dating is. You are exploring connections. Forgive my Love Island reference. You are going out with different people. You are having different experiences. You're figuring out which one is the right one. I feel like in Trinidad and Tobago, our dating culture has just been, hey, I like you, you like me, we dealing, we together. And that has let people fall into relationships in which they never really explored their compatibility. They just explored their attraction. So the reaction to me is very strange when it comes to dating culture in Trinidad, because people quick to say she's a hoe, you see her with this man, you see her with that man, you see he's a gal, is he outside. But that kind of restricts your ability to really get to know somebody. It restricts your ability to get to know how compatible you are with somebody and how see them in different circumstances and different ways. And I also think the we dealing culture kind of made it very easy for men to manipulate women, and the whole culture, because you meet a man and all you're dealing, and then all of a sudden he just switch up. He don't have to compete for a woman's attention. You don't have to compete for amongst other men, because men only compete when other men are in the picture. You don't have to compete amongst other men. You don't have to woo her anymore because she's not dating. She's strictly with you. Even when you don't want to commit, even when the man doesn't want to commit to the woman, she's there. Because society is gonna call her hoe if she goes with somebody else, because she's gonna get talked, she's gonna hear that she lose, that she this, that she that. And it just makes dating so hard and so toxic. It makes it so difficult to really weed out the sheep from the goats and to see who is who and what is what. Because if I just meet you and all of a sudden we together, that doesn't give me any knowledge of you. It doesn't give me any knowledge of anyone else, anybody else out there. I mean, I want to date different people when I am dating, when I am single. I would love to go on different dates and see different personalities and vibe out with different people. But it's so stigmatized in our culture, especially as a black woman and a single mother. Oh my God. Then you're adding the gold digger context. The gold digger context is, oh, she only want to use man for meals. And I think that stemmed from women dating. That stemmed from women going out with multiple men every weekend. You're going out with a different dude. I'm not saying you're sleeping with them. I'm not saying that you're having any intimate relationship with them. But you're going out. You're going for a little dinner. You're going for a little dance. You're going to the little bar. You're doing what you're doing. All of a sudden, that's problematic. I have a friend who is dating and she was going out with different guys, and we were like, yo, don't go to the same place twice, because they go stay as a hoe. And that's so bad, like, because I should be able to go to my favorite restaurant with 10 guys in 1 month and sit down and vibe them out in a place that I feel comfortable. But then guess what? You're going to be labeled a hoe. You're going to be labeled problematic. You'll be labeled all sorts of things. And when we look deeper into the culture of it all, dating culture in Trinidad is like one big Tinder. Everybody just smashing, everybody just hooking up, everybody has the expectation of sex, everybody has the expectation of I get through, everybody is going into a date with the expectation of, yeah, we're going to end up together and we're going to end together for 3 months. And so 3 months of your life you're giving to somebody that you didn't have to. You really didn't have to. And it's really weird. And I wish the younger generation understood that you can date around and be in secondary school, you meet somebody and that your man. You're going out and that your thing. You're dealing. But it really should be, hey, yeah, I'm talking to this one, I'm talking to that one, I'm talking to this one. You're open and honest, because what he is honest. He's saying, listen, I am single, but I am dating. But we're not being honest about the dating experience and what it really should be. And I feel like that is trapping us in an environment where we don't get to pick the best mate for us, both men and women. We don't get to pick the best person because of the expectations, because of society, and because of how our dating culture has been transformed into as soon as you link with somebody, you're together. And that's doing us a disservice as people, because we don't get to really explore connections. We don't get to explore people. We don't get to see the person that we really like in a different way, in a different light. And then there's the aspect of desperation, where there is a level of desperation amongst women in today's society that has been put on them by society about you must have a man, or something wrong with you can't keep a man, you're single, you don't have no man, and that leads to desperation in females to go get one, go get anybody, keep anybody, don't even date around. If I find somebody who like man, to latch on to that person. And that's weird to me, because I leave quick because it's weird, the desperation and the way that we pedestalize women in relationships and we demonize women out of relationships is absolutely weird to me. And that drives that hookup culture, or that we together culture, that quick we together culture. Because, and I felt prey to that too, and I'm saying that I am not prey to it or I above it, because that's just how society has marked it and kind of socialized us and groomed us to think that this is what it is. If you can't keep a man, or you don't have a man, or you single, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with the woman. Not the man, something is wrong with the woman. And so that desperation pushes women not to really explore. If I find a man that like me, I like him, good. I don't have to do nothing else. I'm good, I'm safe. I'm no longer demonized by society. And that is also problematic within the whole dating culture scheme. That is absolutely problematic, because you end up in relationships you don't want to be in. You end up staying in relationships longer than you should, because you don't want nobody to say, oh, she can't keep a man. Oh, she can't keep a man, that's why the man always leaving her. They don't know what's going on in your relationship, but that's what they're going to say automatically, because woman is get blame. Period. We just get blame. So I don't know, I just feel like this whole dating conversation is weird to me, because I would date around if I'm dating somebody and I am linked up with somebody and I find they no longer meet the criteria, or they show me their true colors, they go on and are holding on to anybody. And I wish a lot of women were that liberated. And I know a lot of people date for financial gain or for security, or end up having the man put himself in a place where he's in control. So maybe they'll work, or maybe I'll buy this, I'll buy that. He shows her a different lifestyle and she doesn't want to let go of that lifestyle and all that stuff. I know all those things come in as a very nuanced discussion, but I don't understand why we can't just break from that. The younger generation can break from that and literally date who you want to date, have a little more freedom in that space. I am not saying go out there and be promiscuous. I mean, if that's your thing, glove up, be safe. But I'm not saying or advocating for promiscuity. I'm just advocating for the ability for people to actually explore human beings, find someone who genuinely, so only when you go out and you start to date, you can see what you like and what you don't like. Only when you experience things, you figure out, this is what I'm looking for, this is definitely what I don't want. Only after failures and lessons do you know, okay, these traits are traits that I can't live with, because without experience you don't know. And if you've only experienced one person, one date, one this, you're not going. I see people locked in young and stayed young and then get divorced by 25, 26 because they have not really figured out what their wants and their dislikes are, what their likes are, what they could live with, what they can't live with. And I feel like only through exploring various people can you understand what you like, what you don't like, what ticks you off, what's a trigger for you. It helps you grow and heal, and it helps you really concretize the things that you want in a partner. Anyway, guys, chime in the comments. What do you guys think about dating culture in Trinidad and the reaction to doing Bravos? I'm single, but I'm dating multiple people.